800-340-7091 or see Calvin on the web at 5starsoap.com. Take charge of your health now by calling 800-340-7091 or see Calvin on the web at 5starsoap.com. Hundreds of nations have fallen to tyranny in the last century alone. This is our last chance to not relive history.
As we're finishing off this agenda, they'll be pulling the rug from underneath Americans at home.
They have tremendous influence on our president and Congress, and they really are calling the shots.
I think it's incumbent upon all of us as American citizens to pay attention.
Fall of the Republic identifies the enemies of our nation, the criminal offshore cartel, hell-bent on destroying sovereignty and on its ashes constructing world government.
Tim Geithner, Bernanke, they're arsonists. They're asking for more matches. And the Congress is saying, who do we make the check out to?
Today seems like nobody does care. And right now in Washington, D.C., we have seen a fall of the Republic.
Get your copy of Fall of the Republic on DVD at Infowars.com or watch it online right now in super high quality at prisonplanet.tv.
Coast to coast, direct from Austin. You're listening to the Alex Jones Broadcasting Network.
Defending the Republic from enemies, foreign and domestic. It's Alex Jones.
All right, we're back live. We're going to go to Michael, David, Holly, Roy, Insider, and others that are holding. If you are police or military and you want to comment on what's happening to our country throughout history, whether it was Rome or Nazi Germany, these discussions happened. And what's sad is this is not even really a media issue. It's like, oh, yeah, they're going to have the army on the streets and TSA checkpoints are now being set up. And, yeah, they're going to have lamp poles with microphones being put up now by Homeland Security. And, yeah, we're going to have forced blood draws at highway checkpoints. And, yeah, we're face scanning you. And, yeah, but the government does launder the drug money. But we're going to secretly arrest you and torture you, too. And, again, they'll incrementally implement it now. They'll have PR where it looks like it's reasonable. This is super creepy. And for people out there, like one guy in the newscast that continue we just played part of, he says the same thing I've seen in comments. Well, I don't do anything wrong, so I'm not worried. Don't you get it? There are people that are bad. What did George Washington say? Then I'll go to your calls. George Washington, you know, the founder of America, the founding father. He said, government is like fire. A dangerous servant. Fire is a great thing, but you got a fireplace. It's dangerous. A coal can fly out and burn your house down. You don't leave the fire burning and then go out to eat or something. No, it's a dangerous servant. You don't leave a campfire unattended. You don't leave a stove on when you're not there. It's a dangerous servant. Government, like fire, is a dangerous servant and a fearful master. History shows that 100%. People are like, oh, let the government get real big and get rid of my rights. I don't have anything to hide. They want your paycheck. They want your labor. They want to run your life. They want your property. They want your business. They want your wife. You don't know history, so you're doomed to repeat it. You notice as the liberties are taken away, the country falls apart. But the globalists don't care, just like in third world countries, because they want control. They're competing against free market. They don't want freedom. They don't want to compete in a free system. What did the founder of the Rockefeller family say? Competition is a sin. The founder of that dynasty. They want insider mega government deals. They want a government big enough to dominate everybody for them. And that's what we've got. And the Republicans won't tell you that, and the Democrats won't tell you that. Big government is the tool of the mega corporation. And they've bought off both major parties, and we're in trouble. And I'm not risking my life here because I think we can't beat these people. We expose their crimes, they go down. We don't, they take over. The world government, the banking takeover, the military on the streets, it's all coming true. Just like I told you. The Rand Corporation wrote all this up 25 years ago. Their whole plan's public. I can tell you the next move they're going to make. You could go find out. In business alone, do you know the power of this information? But most people don't want to research it because the media tells them it doesn't exist. Oh, there's no corruption, no New World Order, no corporate cartels. Just go to sleep. People are like, oh, I'm not going to look into this. It doesn't exist. if you'd have listened to me 10 years ago when I said buy gold at $260 an ounce, what would have happened? You'd have made a six-fold increase. We know what we're talking about. I know my business. My business is freedom and the republic and not being a slave. I am the preeminent, full band, full spectrum expert on this. I eat, drink, and sleep it. Listen. All right, I apologize. I'm going to your calls this segment, the next, just police and military. And then I'll get to everybody else's calls and all the other news. We have some good news as well, but we'll get to that later. Michael, Texas Police. Then we'll get to Holly, California Police, then David Roy, Insider, and others. Michael, thanks for holding while I'm ranting. Go ahead.
Yeah, how you doing, Alex?
I'm watching the country go down the drain. I'm pretty freaked out.
I hear you, but, honestly, cops break down. I'm 4 years Navy and about 6 years law enforcement, and, pretty much what I've seen is it breaks down is cops are either people who are trying to protect the people that exploited and, trying to actually make a difference, or you get cops that were bullies in high school and just see it as another way to get power and push people around. Those are going to be the dangerous people that are going to follow the orders. But the people like me and the people that are actually aware, my goal was to get into the system because I believe that you have to be in the system to affect any change whatsoever. And at the very least, with the information that flows through law enforcement like it does, there's people that are awake and inside the system just like me who are going to let everybody else know whenever that big plug comes to pull the drain pipe from our freedom, because it isn't going to happen on my watch and any of my brother's watch, because we're all aware of it. And, quite frankly, I've chosen sides, and, it's pretty scary. And honestly, these fusion centers are going to be one really big part of what really has caused a whole lot of it, because, you have no idea the amount of information and the lack of privacy that you don't have.
Everything. They can pinpoint where you're at. Every piece of data, what pizza you ate, what book you bought, it's all in there. And they've got the Palantir system, all of it. And it is so nightmarish. And again, it's totally used to gauge the economy and how to siphon off the economy and how to social engineer. It is so horrible. And a lot of people that wouldn't listen 10 years ago, Michael, they are listening now because the fruits of globalism, the poison fruit, is now bitter in everybody's mouths. Are you seeing more of your, as you said, brothers and who are peace officers, are you seeing more of them who might not have been awake or who might have laughed at you now waking up, or what do you see happening?
And it's funny that you say that, because they do really kind of start waking up and being like, especially those that you see that kind of get burnt out in law enforcement real fast, and, they eventually, get into a different career, because it isn't for some people. But whenever they burn out, they're like, man, I didn't realize that, whenever, I was doing all these things and had access to all this information, that basically people have that information on you, too. It doesn't matter if you're a cop, a military officer. It doesn't matter who you are.
And again, the global technocrats know how to use it against you. People are like, well, what have I done wrong? What did black people do that got conked on the head and taken over here to be slaves? I mean, what did German slaves grabbed by the different Roman Caesars do? Nothing. And people think because they're good, they're going to be left alone. That's not how this works.
What's even worse is that all these systems that law enforcement supposedly has, and, has all these, all this information, well, they're also selling it to debt collectors and telemarketers and all those other people,
exactly,
too, so.
And it's worse than that. They can put false data in there.
More prevalent. And what's worse about that is even, if a cop gives you a citation, well, if you weren't in violation of the law, you still got to pay the judge $20 to have it dismissed. And,
Michael, we got to jump. I could talk to you for 10 hours. I hope you call back again. But briefly, what percentage of the police department you work in, dead reckoning, is somewhat awake to what's happening?
I would say a good 40%, and, and it's growing every day. And one more thing, if you go around on Lamar trying to get people's attention naked, you might be disappointed.
What do you mean if you go around in Lamar?
Oh, no, I'm saying on Lamar, you're talking about jumping around naked, trying to get people's attention. I was going to say there's already a whole lot of people out on Lamar already doing that one.
Yeah, if you just joined us, I was saying I dress up in a chicken outfit trying to get folks' attention to warn them. No, I hear what you're saying. All right, must be an Austin police officer. All right, let's go to Holly in California, who's police. Give us your take, Holly.
Well, there's a couple things that I wanted to point out. One thing that I do appreciate, one of the few good things that happens in the state of California these days, is that a prerequisite to becoming a police officer and graduating the academy is that you have to visit, as a group, the Museum of Tolerance in Los Angeles, which gives great firsthand representations as to how the police were used as the SS and et cetera. And funny enough, I've been a police officer for only 5 years now, and I'm still finding myself having to remind my own academy mates of what we saw there. And I think part of the problem is we become incredibly jaded because we're obviously paid to deal with the worst people on the streets. And so we start to view the public, I think I can't give a military perspective, but from a police perspective, the people that disappoint me the most, that think that government is really here to benefit us and not masking the truth of our eyes, is because we have such a jaded perspective from getting paid to deal with all the people that no one else wants to deal with.
Yeah, you have to deal with the scum of the earth, and they're certainly out there.
A lot are in Oakland, and that was one thing that really it really bothers me, and I really think also that a lot of the time what happens amongst police, especially when you're in cities that are dealing with Occupy and a lot of the things that are going sideways and a lot of the movements that aren't doing it the right way, the police are absolutely exhausted and they're run dry. And I think that unfortunately nowadays it takes a lot of effort to
No, exactly. That's the most dangerous thing. Even if you're a good person, you just get sick of dealing with things. And then that's when you have problems. It's like that in families, in business, in life. You know, it's when somebody's having a bad day, then that's when there's trouble. Tell you what, I want you to finish up, Holly. We got a 1-minute break, back with the next hour. Then I'll get to David, Roy, Insider, and others. Then I'll get to all the other calls and a ton of news. Ron Paul is now the front runner behind Newt Gingrich, the globalist. Hi, this is Alex Jones. This holiday season, more than half of our nation is in need of help due to the shattered economy. So now is the time to express the holiday spirit more than ever. Consider helping those you love with the most important gift, a supply of delicious, easy-to-fix, and very storable foods from eFoodsDirect.com. Their holiday gift and family packs start at $99 for a 16-day supply, while their 5-week supply of quick and easy-to-fix meals includes a personal backpack in case of a grab-and-go emergency. Order their combo gift pack, and you'll save hundreds, plus get free shipping on your entire order. Call eFoods today at 800-409-5633 or visit them online at eFoodsDirect.com/Alex to find the special. That's 800-409-5633 or eFoodsDirect.com/Alex. You can bet your life on eFoods Direct. A very wealthy U.S. citizen is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He says it will change everything about our lives. The way you shop, travel, invest, educate your children, and even how you take care of your health and your own family. Now, this man has made some outrageous predictions over the years. The crazy part is, he's usually right. You see, he predicted the collapse of GM, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and America's biggest mall owner, General Growth Properties. In fact, Barron's called his work a dire prophecy. Recently, he created a video, which you can watch online for free, detailing his biggest and most important prediction yet. And it's a real eye-opener. I can't stress this enough. You should at least watch this free video online today. He explains everything you need to know, including simple steps you can take to protect yourself. You can find the video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica3.com. Watch the free video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica3.com.
Coast to coast, direct from Austin. You're listening to the Alex Jones Broadcasting Network.
From his Central Texas Command Center, deep behind enemy lines, the information war continues. It's Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
You know, I've got an idea. If you can speak English decent, which I admire, because people live in foreign countries. If you're a foreign police officer or a retired police officer, from Eastern Europe or Latin America or an Asian country that's been through dictatorships and tyranny. I'd like to hear from you as well, on top of the U.S. police officers and military, about, I mean, it's a big deal when they say, we're getting rid of posse comitatus, something they've been eating around the edges of for a long time. We're going to put military on the streets.